Welcome to the cabin. For today's quick hobby tip, we're checking out Sprue Goo. Sometimes when gluing together parts of a model, there will be a visible gap, which looks out of place and gives the whole miniature a toy feel. There are many ways to fill these gaps, including green stuff and milliput, which are two-part epoxy putties that you mix and apply with a sculpting tool. Other brands like Tamiya have their own variants as well. You could also use an acrylic plastic putty, which can be squeezed directly from the tube but tends to shrink when curing. These putties all have pros and cons, but if you're working with plastic miniatures, Sprue Goo is a really useful alternative. It's basically liquid plastic, which you can weld onto the gap and then file smooth. Keep in mind though that Sprue Goo won't work on resin or metal miniatures. You can make Sprue Goo yourself. All you need is some leftover sprue frames and some plastic glue, like this one from Games Workshop or this one from Tamiya. I prefer the Tamiya because it comes with a handy applicator brush. Start by cutting the sprue into smaller bits so they can dissolve more easily in the glue. I think it's a good idea to add the plastic gradually, letting it dissolve over a few hours. Then you can check the consistency and add more plastic bits if necessary. The goo should have roughly this sort of consistency, though I don't have an exact ratio of plastic to glue. It depends on what glue you're using and the volume of the bottle. Alright, let's try it out. Start by giving the bottle a good shake. Then you can use the applicator to apply the Sprue Goo along the seam line. Let the part cure fully for a few hours while you're building other parts of the model, and then you can go back to it. Using a hobby knife, you can start to scrape off the excess plastic and then file everything smooth. If you want to be really fancy, you could use sanding sponges to get the finish perfect. Now you'd never guess there was ever a gap between the parts. Here's an example with a bit of paint applied. The seam line is completely gone. So there you have it. I hope you found the video useful. Please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on other hobby tips and tricks. A special thank you to Arnold over on Patreon, and if you want to go that extra mile and help us out, all our links are in the description below. We'll see you next time. Good luck with your miniatures.